Hello, my friends. Now I will have to find again the link. Yes, I did find it. Copy and paste and writing the title. Do 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 do. And the post is live, and now you can see me. Now you can join me. Let's see if you do. I just was not looking, but hearing one song from TV, and it goes something like that. Peatub lõvi siin, kaasa viib, karu kaasa viib, mööda käib, lase käib. And it is stuck in my head. The song is talking about a circus artist or something like that. Like, the song doesn't have any real meaning behind it. Maybe it does, but it's like this easy pop song of the Soviet Union times in Estonia. It is stuck. My chair is creaking. Is it now? No. Okay. Okay, we have our first joiner inner. Hello. Hello. Okay, let's check if you can see me or hear me. As always, you can post stuff. You can comment stuff below the post, and I will be checking the comments and will be answering. Tralala. Yes. Okay, we are live. Anyway, hi guys. Actually, I was so tired like 10 minutes ago, and then I decided to make coffee, although it is 8 p.m. in Estonia and I shouldn't be drinking any coffee, but I decided I need it, otherwise I would be sleeping here during our live stream. So cheers to everybody. I know that it is not so evening in the States, and it is super early morning in Australia, for example. By the way, I really wanted to make this live stream time accessible to the Australian Patreons, but my weeks have been really tight, and this week and the first part of the next week will be super tight also. So I just couldn't fit it in. And I thought, I have this evening free. I will make the live stream this evening. So yeah, here we are. Next time, I really want to change up the time so the Australian guys can join as well. Yippee-ki-yay. Anyway, I guess people will be joining in or not. If you are watching this after the stream, hi. I'm glad you made it even after the stream. But yeah, I first, before jumping into the topics that you suggested under the last post, good suggestions, by the way, I thought I would just talk about what has been going on in my life in general. Yeah. I am checking some comments. Okay, I see Martiet joining here and Brandy Ann joining. So hi, guys. And Mumbos. Yeah. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, I wanted to just talk about what I have been up to. So basically, if you follow my Instagram or Facebook, I posted there some pictures. Oh, I posted in the lens here also that I went to a commercial filming. Although I have more energy now, it seems that my brain isn't working still. So I apologize. Anyway, I had the possibility to go to be a part of a commercial filming for the coastal trail in Estonia that will be ready maybe at the end of this year, maybe at the beginning of next year. I don't know yet, but I did hear that the commercial clip itself will be ready in September and October, and the clips will be like distributed in the internet. I am not sure if they will buy some TV time for them. Most likely they will be just the homepage and social media clips that they will be distributing. Actually, the Coastal Trail project, I think I have talked about this trail here as well in some other live streams, maybe, that in general it is part of the E9 trail that goes from Portugal to Estonia, following the coastal line of Europe in theory, but in practice it has some parts missing and it is not developed fully. But with some project monies, the Latvian and the Estonian part will be ready, like at the end of this year or beginning of next. Wow, phone, please, shush. What are you saying? Yes, go away. Okay, sorry. So the Estonian part, they are developing it, and Latvian part as well, but the commercial is only for the Estonian part, although the project is for the Estonian and Latvian part together. Anyway, it's a bit complicated, but for the organization that is doing the Estonian part is making 5 30-second clips. So one clip is 30 seconds long, and it is like in itself like a short commercial. One is with me and Luna. One will be with an older couple. One will be with the youngsters, like kids or school kids. And one will be with a bigger group. That's 4. I am missing somebody. I don't know who. Anyway, so there will be these 5 clips. I am really excited to see when they will come out. The guy who was filming was a young guy doing social media himself too. So it was really like great to see my colleagues, so to speak, and talk about social media and videographing and doing videos in general. So the guy was really awesome. He had so much cool equipment that I have never seen a drone doing its work so close up. It was really cool to see how he was working with the drone, and he had several cameras and like stabilization big grid. So it was like real. Yeah, so that was exciting. And Luna was almost good, as she gets quite territorial and like protective when she's like around other people, and especially when we were in the tent and the cameraman wanted to come a bit closer to us in the tent to take a closer shot, then Luna really started to growl and show her teeth. That was a bit scary. But when we were outside of the tent, there wasn't any problem. So yeah, that was the filming experience. Oh, hi, Lini D. You joined us. Great to see you here. And the previews, like short previews, like short clips that I filmed on the camera. Yes, they really looked like dreamy and beautiful and nice. And yeah, so I'm really excited to see how it turns out. The second topic that I wanted to talk to you today, or just show you, is my recent art, because that is one thing that I have been doing more lately, because I feel like I need to express myself creatively somehow and some way, and I really want to like advance my watercolor and other skills. So that's why I have been painting more and testing different things, because as maybe you have noticed, I haven't been posting videos very often. The last one was like 2 weeks ago maybe, and I will not be ready with the next video this week as well, because it has been like a weird week. I have been doing some weird stuff, and I sort of have this editing block right now towards my Finland vlog footage. So maybe I even have to do it like this, that I will put the Finland vlog footage beside and just do some other videos, because editing vlogs is really like draining, because there is so much footage and so much decision making, what to keep, what to skip. So yeah, anyway, I haven't been editing videos, but I have been painting. But talking about Finland trip, then I can show you what I painted in Finland. Checking the comments, Lini D is asking, what program am I using to edit my videos? So I use Adobe Premiere Pro. That's because I don't have a MacBook. I have like a Windows-based computer, so Adobe Premiere Pro is like the best, almost the best program. Some are using Final Cut Pro as well, but yeah, Adobe is to-go program for me. But for the Finland art, now I have to see if I keep it like this, you can see the camera of the computer is quite potato-like, so sorry for the quality. This one is just for testing colors. I actually we went to the trip, me, my mom, and my brother and sister, so 4 of us, and I took some watercolor palettes and brushes and notebooks with for them also. So this was me testing out colors and showing them how can they use colors. Maybe I will add a little bit light here. No, it's not better. So this was just, yeah, don't mind it. But this one was a castle. We couldn't get in because there was some kind of opera festival going on. But the great thing about this castle was that it started to rain, and I had to finish the painting like in 5 to 10 minutes. And it was a really great exercise to just finish it, and that's all. I added the black lines later, so I really like how this turned out. Then I tried to capture some of the lake landscapes. I'm not really happy with those, but I really wanted to practice like the different layers of horizons, or do you say it like that, like different layers of forest in the background, how they like look really layered with different kinds of grays. So I continued with the layered look here to practice it. This is a bit better. And this painting was done on a really small island where we canoed. took the canoes. You couldn't get there any else way, only with canoes. And yeah, it was a really lovely island. Oh, and this is 2 pictures from the Metsäkartano Center. We stayed for 3 nights and 4 days. We had like an apartment there, and we relaxed and did a lot of swimming. And yeah, this was the main house. Our apartment was much, much smaller. And it was really lovely to see they had these wooden fences there. Oh yes, this is also Finland. This is one lake landscape again, and this is the almost the last, second to last camping place. So it's more like this illustration style. There was a big lake here, but I draw it a little bit smaller. A lot of trees, and on the small hill we had this lean-to shelter. And this was so gorgeous, so beautiful, really nice place. Oh, and the last picture on the sketchbook is the church that I quickly sketched on the like filming day with a coastal hiking trail. So there was this small church, and as the filming guy wanted to film me sketching, so I sketched this church. It's okay. It's not my best work, but I think it's quite okay for a sketch. So that's my sketchbook. Checking for comments on the Patreon page. Yeah, and you know what I tried? I tried to watercolor Northern Lights. And this is the result. Actually, I'm happy with these 2. So I'm going to actually, maybe I spoiled it a bit. So I wanted to make a gift to one of my friends for a birthday gift, and she loves Northern Lights. So I thought I will watercolor some Northern Lights to her, but she is my Patreon as well. So maybe she's looking. Anu, if you are looking, hi. Maybe you are looking afterwards. Anyway, this is the gift I wanted to give her. I am more happy with this one. So in camera, they look a bit different. In camera, I like this one more. That's fun. So I experimented with the watercolors, and it is super awesome how it looks as the Northern Lights. I haven't seen Northern Lights like myself, never, but it's on my bucket list. I really want to see them. But just for fun, these are some examples that I tried and didn't succeed in. So like the colors didn't blend here as well. This one is a bit better, but the purple went a bit too muddy. So I really enjoyed these Northern Light paintings. They were really fun to make. Yes. And one thing, yeah, I sketched a little goat in the mountains just for fun. And I did this painting, small one, just to like see how small I can paint. This didn't turn out very good, but yeah, I took an Instagram photo and tried to copy it, so it's not the best, but yeah, that's what I have been up to in art-wise. Oh, one thing more. I did this thing. It's hi, my hiking friends. I thought I wanted to make a postcard with with this phrase, "Hi, my hiking friends," when I'm sending out Patreon letters and Patreon postcards or Etsy postcards. This is the first design that I thought of trying. It's okay for the first one, but I'm not really happy with it. And I did this design with a lino cut. No, it wasn't lino cut. I actually used rubber for it. I will show you. So that's it's a rubber block that I carved out the design. Oh, as the camera is front facing, it is turning the pictures the other way. Actually, this is in mirror. I have to carve things out in mirror because when I want to print them, they have to come out correctly. But now this is mirroring. Anyway, the idea, I still like the idea of like doing this "Hi, my hiking friends" design. But the execution wasn't too good. It doesn't show on the camera, but in real life I have some like hairy edges and stuff that I don't like. So I hope that I will be trying something similar as well. But yeah, I still like the lino cut or rubber cutting or like hand printing stuff. It's really fun to do. Yeah, that's art stuff. Oh. Oh, Don Walker said he got the badge in the mail and it looks great. Thank you so much. I think it looks awesome as well. The embroidering company made a really good job on it. So yeah, I'm happy that you like it. So yeah, recent art. So overall editing block, I talked about a little bit. Sorry for the camera angle. This is better, I guess. So yeah, that's why I haven't been posting. Anyway, my life is a bit mess right now. I have been like resting and vacationing sort of for so long that I really think that I need to like find something else to do to keep my brain occupied on some other topics as well, because right now I have been dealing with like editing, vlogging, doing art, sending out Etsy orders, thinking of new things to create, always thinking about social media. And as I don't have like a secondary job right now, I think it really is starting to get on my brain. I think I need something else to think about. So maybe I will try to find another job that I can do in the winter time, because update on the New Zealand idea or like plan. Like I am 90 like 90% sure that I will not hike the New Zealand Te Araroa Trail this season. So the hiking season in New Zealand is in the winter time. In my case, winter time, because they are on the other side of the globe. So it is summertime for them. So it's roughly from November to like April. And as I haven't had the chance to, or I haven't succeeded on collecting so much money to take the trip, which is obvious because I had this idea quite recently. And regarding my job situation or like not having it, it has been a hard time collecting the money. So that's what I am thinking. I'm just pouring my heart out right now. I think I haven't talked about it yet to anybody besides my own family. So yeah, I think most likely I will stay here in Estonia over the winter, work, and then, but I still really want to go to New Zealand, and I have the visa, and the visa will expire in March. So I have to enter the country in March, latest at the end of March. And then I can stay in the country for another year. Anyway, I think I will be working towards collecting the money for that during the winter time. And then I can enter the country, work there a bit because I have the working holiday visa. And then when the November next year, 2019 November comes, then I will be ready to hike the trail. Hopefully, that's my plans in my mind right now. But yeah, everything and anything can change. Yep, that's that. Oh, about recent activities, Lini D is asking, how was my watercolor hiking like trip or excursion that I organized? And Lini, you are listening me at work, and thank you for taking the time to listen me, but your work is more important than me, so please don't get into trouble by doing that. But being in the background is totally okay by me. But yeah, the hike went really well. I had 6 women on the group, and I wouldn't like to have more people, because this was really the amount that I managed to really make this group feeling. And with 6 people, we had 4 tarps that we slept under. So 4 tarps in a usually smaller camping places that we visited was quite enough. I think we couldn't have managed to fit more tarps into the camping places. But yeah, the trip was great. The weather was great. There was some rain. Actually, we had some total downpour at some moments, but as the temperatures were quite warm, we got wet, but we didn't get cold, so that was like perfect. These are with the woman on the trail. I did this kind of like watercolor exercise, like taking one landscape and painting it in mini squares, and it was really successful because all of the women didn't have any prior experience with like doing art or painting, so everybody was super great in this exercise. And I think I have a picture of it in my phone. I will try to find it really quickly, and maybe I can show you via the camera. It's not working very well, but you see that everybody like tried and made some different landscape pictures, and it was really awesome. I really like the exercise as well. But all the women managed super nicely. Nobody had any problems, like nobody had blisters. Everybody was like comfortable with the pace. So yeah, it was quite the success. Yeah, so that's that. I want to do more of them, but I have had some like scheduling conflicts lately, so I haven't set a new date for the hike. But as I have all of the equipment and the watercoloring kits already bought, then it would make sense that I make more of these kinds of trips. But I really liked it. I liked guiding those women. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see when I make the next one. Yeah, I am checking the comments right now. I have a question from Don that does Estonia get much snow? And do we Nordic ski, like cross-country ski? And yes, we do cross-country ski. Actually, this was the only skiing that I knew of for a very, very long time because no mountains in Estonia. And yeah, I didn't understand then like mountain skiing at all. I myself have tried snowboarding, so I really like snowboarding, but I tried it like when I was in college, like in university. When I was a child, we only cross-country skied because my mother and father love cross-country skiing. So they took us with them all the time. But snow, it depends on the year. Some years we have more snow, some years less. But because of the overall like climate change, the climate is changing, like the weather is changing in Estonia as well. So, for example, this year we had like this extreme heat wave in Estonia, and the winters have been like not so cold anymore as well, and more shorter. This means that the snow doesn't have the chance to like fall on the ground and stay on the ground. We do have snow, but some winters it melts away quite quickly. So yeah, that's that. But talking about some comments in the Patreon page. I will read them because I want to answer you. It is so nice to have this kind of discussion and like really conversation here. I would hate to just babble all by myself like for an hour. Oh yes, Circle Master, we do not get Northern Lights in Estonia. Very, very rarely we do. Maybe like once or twice in winter time, and they are quite short, quite faint. You really don't see them as strongly as in Finland, for example. We do have them at some point. We do have this like greenish hue on the back on the horizon sometimes, but not always. I think it was in 2015 when we had this like last really big Northern Lights like show in Estonia where you could see the Northern Lights as you could see them in Finland. Most winters sometimes we just have this green hue on the horizon. Nathaniel is asking, have I ever thought of creating a calendar featuring my watercolor prints? Actually, I have thought about it, creating some kind of how do you say it? Like office stuff. I know there is a word for it. Like notebooks or calendars or notebooks and calendars. I have thought about it, but I don't know if people would be ready to buy them because making notebooks or calendars require quite a lot of like money to print them and make them beforehand. And I haven't been sure that how many people would love to have them, but maybe I could do some kind of pre-ordering campaign. The year is starting to end, so I could like put together the calendar and then make a pre-order campaign and send them out at the end of the year. This is actually quite a good idea. I will write it down. because myself, I love this like paper and office stuff. I love different pens, I love different papers. Like right now I have 3 kinds of papers just for note taking, because some days I want to write on white paper, some days I need a stick it note thingy, sometimes I really want to write on the squared one. I have tons of different I can already show you. This is actually, maybe it's a problem, but oh man, I love it. These are all on my table right now. Different notebooks for different things. Okay, this is a sketching notebook. This is also for sketching. This is like a bullet point planner. Some random sketchbook that I also write in. Writing journal. So I'm quite like a paper stuff addict. How do you say? Can somebody say what's the stationery? Yes, it's the stationery. Like I'm quite a stationery addict, and if I could have the chance to do something like this that other people would like to buy as well, that would be super awesome. For example, I tested some stamps. Yeah, I tested some stamps on a notebook, thinking that maybe this is something that I could do. As I am trying to gather money for the... okay, some real talk now. I have been talking for 37 minutes and we haven't had the chance to go to the food yet, but we will go there, I promise you. So some real talk here. For the last year, as you know, in 2017 springtime, I quit my job. And after that, I haven't had like a full-time job. I have been doing the videos, the social media, my Etsy shop, and it has been working quite well. Of course, it hasn't been like this huge success, but it has given me some money to live off. And as I'm really living my low life, like really cheap life right now, it has been okay. I have been doing some random stuff, but I haven't had this like proper job. So that's why I think I have been quite active in adding new stuff to the shop. And sometimes I feel that maybe I push it too much. Like all of the stickers and the patches and the prints and the different things. I am sorry, the camera lighting started to blink. Oh my God. Oh, it's better a bit now. I am sorry if it's bothering you. Anyway, sometimes I think that I am pushing it too much and really like bothering my audience with it. But it has been my like income that has helped me a lot. So yeah, that is the idea, or that is the thing that I'm thinking about all the time. How much can I push my things? How much new things that I can and want to create, because I really don't want to come off as this money greedy person shooting out new things, new products, and trying people to get to buy my things as much as possible. I do not want to come across as that. So yeah, I have been thinking about the lighting is really bothering me. Does this make things better? I think the camera just don't know how to adjust the lighting. It's a bit better, yeah. So stationery. I have been thinking that I would love to do these things, but yeah, is it like, would you be interested in that, some pre-ordering stuff, or do you feel that it is too off-brand for me? because I am also thinking about what's like the brand for me, the outdoor stuff, the hiking stuff, maybe Estonian stuff, but like you are not the ones to come for stationery, or are you? I don't know. This is a like a section or a part where you could really help me out with, because yeah, like these are the topics that I'm always thinking of, how not to bother my viewers, you too much, but still like pushing my stuff out there, because if I am not talking about it and if I am not creating new things, then people will not find out about these things. Yes, so that's the comment about the calendar. But the pre-order calendar, I think I will do it because I love calendars, and right now I am always drawing or like doing my own calendars. That's my like 2.5 month calendar. Sometimes I do it 1 month, sometimes I do it like 2 months, just because I like to do my own calendars. So maybe I will do one for me, and if you would like to have it also, then good. Also, of course, with the watercolor paintings on them. Yeah. Quick check on the comments. Okay. Oh, thank you for the feedback that if I am an artist or painter, then stationery fits my product line very well. Thank you for that. And also, I have to give a shout out to the Escapist. Check out her YouTube channel, because she hiked the same trail that I did, the Peraküla-Ahijärve hiking trail. And now she's posting blogs about it. And it is so awesome for me to see the trail once again. So you can search her on YouTube, the Escapist Estonia. I think this was your channel name. Correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, guys, you can always post your, like, if you do also hiking videos or vlogs, or if you go to some hiking trips, I would be so happy to read about your trips on the community tab here on Patreon. Some guys have already written there about their hikes. For example, Rasmus posted some photos about his trip, and also Luisa Hesshaus wrote about her hike in the E9, like the European hiking trail number 9. That wasn't like the best experience, but it was really interesting to read about the E9 trail. Anyway, if you have some videos, or if you have been on some kind of trips, really, I would really love to see some pictures of those trips and stories, or just some video clips. Anyway, that's that now. But now the topic that you brought up when I asked what would you like to hear me talking about, and it was like the camping and backpacking food, and how does it relate to like the Estonian food. So one sip and I will. I will now continue. The mouth gets a bit dry when you are talking so much. So, actually, Estonian like kitchen isn't very interesting, because like the history of Estonia is quite like sad. The Estonians were oftentimes very poor, and they had to do a lot of work to get the food. They had big families and so on. In the Soviet Union times, the market was very, very limited, only to the things that we could grow in Estonia, and some things like we could reach from the other Soviet Union countries. But like, if you ask an Estonian what's the food that the Estonians eat the most, like traditional food, is potatoes. And today I spent the day with my grandmother visiting my grandmother's mother's grave. We were like making the grave, like fixing it and making it beautiful again, planting some flowers. Anyway, I had the chance to spend the day with my grandmother and her sister, so my great aunt. And I asked them like, what was the food like when they were young? So, and they told that potatoes. They ate a lot of potatoes, boiled potatoes, fried potatoes with gravy, and if they were lucky, not lucky, like they also had meat, but not every day. So some days they only ate vegan, like vegetarian food. They didn't have like meat. So the potatoes and the gravy is really something that has still been stuck in the Estonian like food table. So yeah, of course we eat vegetables, like vegetable soup, stew, and so on, but not so much like the nowadays. Of course, everybody is trying to be hip and healthy and so on, but it's like this new thing, new stuff, like eating a lot of greens and stuff. It's quite new to Estonians. But yeah, potatoes, okay, like turnips, cabbage, and like all these root vegetables are like the staples of Estonian kitchen. And if I think about like the breakfast, if I start with breakfast, then most Estonians eat porridge and oatmeal, like really boiling the water and like really doing a bowl of oatmeal for yourself. And this transfers very well to the hiking and camping and like backpacking life as well, because I always want to eat porridge or oatmeal, like porridge made of oats, when I'm hiking, because this fills the stomach so well. And even when I'm at home, I really often want to eat porridge. And this is like the old saying in Estonian that you have to eat porridge for breakfast, otherwise your stomach will be empty quite soon. So that transfers to the hiking and camping world really, really well. Many people just eat porridges in the mornings. And when I talked with my grandmother, then she said that besides oatmeal, they ate a lot of barley porridge. So porridge made out of barley. Yeah. And other things made out of barley as well. Oter. I will use the Google Translate really quickly. I hope I am translating it. Barley, yes. Oats. Because sometimes I get I mix up the different grains. Anyway, yeah, barley was also, and the barley porridge wasn't only for the mornings, it was also for lunch or dinners, made with a bit of meat and like this salty like oven porridge stuff. So this was the olden days. Yeah, for lunch. Well, nowadays, of course, everybody is eating whatever they want. We have pastas, we have pizzas, we have whatever you want to. But if I'm thinking about what's really like traditional thing to eat for Estonians that we also like eat on the trail is like sandwiches. And sandwiches not made out of white bread, but black bread. So the black bread or rye bread is like the second, not even the second, the most iconic thing in Estonian cuisine and in the kitchen. Rye bread, it's like this a sacred thing that we had and that we still have. And yeah, my grandmother also said that every week they baked their own rye bread for the whole week, so they always had some rye bread in the house to eat. They didn't bake the wheat bread, the white bread, because the wheat flour was so time consuming to make, and also it doesn't fill the stomach as well. So almost never they ate white bread because they had a big family, and yeah, it was just difficult to make. But yeah, rye bread really fills the stomach, and also that's why we make like sandwiches out of them. And I know that in the States you make sandwiches like two breads and then stuff in the middle. In Estonia we make bread and then put butter and then something on top and have this like open sandwich, but we don't put them together. This is like a new custom that has come from other countries. But most times, even if I think that I want to eat something but I don't have time to make anything, or just want to have a quick snack, I will just make a rye bread sandwich with some sausage or cheese or cucumbers or whatever I can find. And this is also what we do when we are hiking. In lunchtime, it is perfect to make something quickly, just to have a bread, something to put on it, and yeah, voila. I actually had the chance to speak to another woman that's a mother of my friend, and she was like hiking and doing a lot of hikes in the Soviet Union times. So she went to the mountains, into the Siberia, and into the far into the Soviet Union to hike. And when I asked what they were eating then she told me like in the mornings they ate porridge, in the lunchtime sandwiches, and in the evening they had like these packages of soups, like basically it's like the broth or stock. I think you say it like the stock, like the powdered soup that you pour into hot water, and then they added some pasta or like macaroni into the soup, and that was their like dinner with bread, with rye bread. And when thinking about like camping, when weight isn't an issue, this is actually what we do in Estonia as well. Nowadays, we have more chances. And when we camp, we don't have to worry about weight. So we have these like soups, pre-made soups in jars, in glass jars. And you have to add water, like mix it with water in your like thingy, in your pot, and then you will have a really amazing soup, because these soups in the jars are really tasty, and I like them. they have a lot of vegetables in there. Some soups have like a lot of meat, and we have these different soups, like we have seljanka, we have borscht, we have like simple vegetable soup, and so on. So this is actually, yeah, the thing that we still do. And if I don't have the weight problem, if I'm car camping, then very often I buy this jar soup and make it to myself. But if I am hiking and I can't like carry this big glass jar with me because it is really heavy, I just make like whatever I can, some pasta, or what else do I do? I'm like some potato porridge out of the flakes, or like these traditional backpacking foods that you also eat in other countries as well. But yeah, the soup, the soup is the dinner thing, traditional dinner thing. And talking to my grandmother today, she also said that she knew that the Thursdays were always the day for the pea soup. So the pea soup in Estonia is like this really thick. We don't have like whole peas in it, but the peas are boiled, and then like it is really like thick and heavy. And if they put meat in it, smoked meat. Meat goes into the pea soup, and it's like this really like thick and gooey, thick soup with meat. That was their Thursday soup, and they also made a lot of milk soups. It sounds really weird in English, and maybe it is, but in Estonia we call them piimasoup, and it's totally normal thing. It's a soup made out of milk, and you can like do it as a like salty soup. You can add vegetables in there, some chicken maybe, and then add milk, and like it is like milk. Probably, yeah, you mix it with water. It's not 100% milk, but the liquid stuff is white. And you also can make it like a sweet soup. You do milk in it, and then you do these blobs of white bread dough that you cook inside of the soup. So it's like a cooked blob of dough that is like floating in the soup, and you eat it. And when I was child, I always added sugar and cinnamon on top of the soup. It sounds gross maybe, but it's super delicious. Nowadays we have like pasta, macaroni, and we add the macaronis inside of the milk soup and eat it with sugar and cinnamon. It's like dessert. Anyway, but in older times, my grandmother also said that they had this milk soup because we had cows, and it was really easy to get the milk. So yeah, that's that. I will see if I have any other like eating. Yeah, that's what I wrote also. I will check if you have some comments for me about the food. So I have some bugs flying in here because it has been quite hot, and all of my windows and doors are open, wide open. Okay. So that's that. If you don't have any food related questions, random question about food. Do you use a lot of garlic in the typical Estonian food? Garlic and onion is a really big thing that we use because garlic and onion grows very well in Estonia. But I have to say we don't use it as much as, for example, in maybe Italian food. For me, it stands out because like some pizzas or pastas, tomato sauces are very garlic rich in the taste. But I guess we use the garlic and onion like in different quantities and in different ways. So not always the taste comes through. But my granny always grows a lot of garlic and a lot of onions, and we always eat everything in the winter time. But what we do with garlics, we eat it as a prevention of cold and the flu, and even as a like remedy for the cold and flu. So very often in winter times or like autumn and spring times when like the flu is really active, we just cut up the garlic and put it on a rye bread and eat it like that. It's not the like super tasty thing, but it's really helps to like get rid of the cold. And one thing that I remember about garlic, like a home remedy thing that my mother used to do it to me when I was a child. Um, and I even don't know why it works. She like crushed the garlic, like made it to like small pieces and put it inside of like a small cloth that has holes in it. So it's like the really thin cloth where the garlic like smells and steams could get out of. And she tied it around my neck and it stayed here. And I think it was useful because like the smells and the like the oils, I think because the like garlic oils are like coming upwards with the smell as well. I really don't know how this works. Anyway, it was supposed to like clear out the air around me or around the children and give this garlic smell to like to get rid of the cold and the flu. Of course, we smelled awfully garlicky those times, but that's, yeah, I think we use the garlic more as a remedy, not so much in the food, but as like a single thing to eat in winter time. uh, Don is saying that milk soup is popular in the USA with clams or corn. Corn. Okay, as we don't have, I will Google it. How does it look? Um, as we don't have corn, then we haven't like we don't add corn to our food. But yeah, it looks like a proper milk soup with corn. I think we do it the same way, but just without corn. Also adding vegetables and stuff. Okay, that's cool to hear that everybody else is eating milk soup as well. uh, yes. Actually, the second topic that was brought up was the day-to-day living in Estonia. And actually, I wrote down some stuff to talk about, but I guess this will be for the next time because now I have been babbling for an hour and I think I will end the live stream here. But if you have some questions or comments, then please shoot them away. I can still answer some. Oh yeah, potato soup and mushroom soup with milk. Yeah, sounds good. Oh, and Lini D's granny also used garlic vapor. I feel for you. But still to this day, I eat garlic sandwiches, like sandwich in the winter time. I hate it because the garlic like taste is so intense, but I'm forcing myself to do it to like keep the health, or at least that's what I think it is giving me. Maybe it doesn't give anything, but like the thought of it healing me makes the work, not the garlic itself. But yeah, no, the garlic should have a lot of benefits in. Brandy Ann is saying that it reminds me of poi. Like the poi is like a soup. I'm Googling just poi and it doesn't give me anything. More home remedies that are typical to Estonia. Well, yeah, the garlic is the basic. Like garlic, even we have had these times when we had to put the garlic cloves that are cut in half into the nose, like this, like for real, to probably to like make the nose open when we have the flu or something. Yeah, garlic in every way, eating garlic all the time. Of course, the thing that my mother and grandmother always did, but I really don't understand it, was like vodka socks. Somehow um, you put on socks that you soak in vodka and water solution, and you put them on for, I even don't know if overnight or for some hours, and it somehow helps you also for the cold. So I think we have many of these kinds of home remedies, but I can't think of them right now because for us they sound really logical. But yeah, vodka socks. Maybe if you Google them, you will understand what they are. Right now, I can't explain them. But home remedies, maybe it's another good topic for some live stream. I can ask from my granny and from my mother to spill the tea on some remedies. And then I can share them with you. Great ideas, guys. Okay, we have been here over an hour now. And this is it. This is it. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you so much for your support. If you have, I don't know, you can comment, post on the community tab, whatever you like. I would be really happy to read about your hikes and whatever you are up to. So yeah, that's it. I will end this live stream now. Bye.